This week, we got Jilly from Philly, an apple tree under the sea, a black kung fu flick, a wolf, and Tony the Tiger?
You's an ignorant mother. All your facts is just facts.
One hand in the other, we will run from the worries in your eyes.
We all got a common goal. Get rich and a lot of hoes.
Yeah, I really like the things you do. All the kids wanna be just like you.
My name is Timmy Too Dope, and I filtered through all the mid, and these are my smokers of the week. Starting off with the aforementioned Jilly from Philly, just dropped off a new album called To Whom It May Concern. And honestly, I really had to restrict myself to only talk about 2 tracks from this album, because I could have talked about Pressure, I could have highlighted Beautiful People, Ode to Nikki, Don't Play. Damn near every song on this album I could have highlighted and chose for my smokers this week. Let's start off with Northside featuring Tierra Whack. Everybody knows Tierra can rap her ass off. The Philly connection here makes sense. The chemistry between these two goes crazy. But what I don't think enough people give credit to is that Jilly from Philly gets busy with the bars. I think a lot of people think of Jill Scott and they think of grown folk, big areola music, as I've seen some people call it, and she definitely does that to a legendary level. But I think a lot of people forget that anytime she wants to, she can hop on a DJ Premier beat and give you some fire bars too. Now in the case of Pay You On Tuesday, this one comes with a little disclaimer before the track even starts, basically saying you can sing along if you want to, but Jill isn't responsible for you getting your ass kicked if you say something you know you shouldn't be saying. So you hear the disclaimer before the track even starts and you're wondering what you're about to get into, and then the track plays and about a minute in, you completely understand. The alternate title for this track could have been, and probably was, Nigga Blues. Quick disclaimer of my own, I can hear the comments already being typed up talking about why does this white guy get to say the N-word and who gave this white guy a pass to say the N-word. I am black. I know it might not look like it. I know it looks like my skin resembles that of some Bizquick batter mix or an Eggo waffle on a good day, but I am black. I'm sorry if you disagree, but I am black. Happy Black History Month. Jill is talking crazy on this record. She's singing crazy on this record. She's hilarious doing both over this neo-soul, swing, jazz-like instrumental. If you don't like Jill Scott, you're the problem. Next up is one of my absolute favorite rappers doing it, Mick Jenkins. The track is untitled, I do believe, but it is going to be featured on a project called Black Ass Kung Fu Flick featuring Green Slime. This track features Green Slime as well. And honestly, with as consistent as Mick Jenkins has been over the past couple years, I do not highlight him nearly as much as I should. His catalog is deep, it's quality, it's consistent, and honestly, there's really no signs of slowing down. This track is untitled, I do believe, but it is gonna be on the upcoming Black Ass Kung Fu Flick, which definitely is a mouthful to say, but it's an incredible title. This track shows Mick and Green Slime sounding completely locked in, floating over this production. I'm looking forward to more tracks like this, but I'm really looking forward to the Kung Fu visuals. Now it's time to get a little bit ignorant, but cleverly ignorant. I'm talking about Bruiser Wolf and Akeem Ali. The track is called Common Goals, and this track is just a good time. Nothing super deep, just charisma, slick writing, and wild personality. Bruiser Wolf's delivery and wit stays unmatched. Akeem Ali fits this pocket perfectly. I'll put these dudes' pens against anybody. And keeping that same energy, we're sliding right into Bridal Shower Remix. Hit Boy, Spank Nitty James. The remix features E40. The original already went crazy, but adding E40 is almost unfair. Takes this track to a whole nother level. E40 doing what E40 does. His voice is just so unique and fits this Hit Boy beat perfectly. And speaking of Bruiser Wolf from the previous entry, I would not be mad at a Bruiser Wolf and E40 either collab track or collab EP at all. Next up, we have The Scythe. The track is called The Scythe. This is the Scythe's, I believe, second time on Smokers, and if you're new here and you're uninformed about who the Scythe is, real quick, I'll fill you in. It's Denzel Curry, Ferg, Tia Corinne, BK the Ruler, Kenyatta, and I think Laser Dim is part of it. It might be just those five, I could be wrong, but either way, high energy, big personalities, everything feels fresh, everything feels alive. I'm loving what I'm hearing so far. This track specifically features Zell, Tia Corinne, and Ferg, and if Triplet Flows were an orange stuffed animal, these three are punch. They do have an album dropping right around the corner. I believe the first week of March is when it's dropping. The singles are sounding great. I'm here for it. Now we gotta talk about Hey Tony by JID featuring Tony the Tiger, because I deadass thought this was AI when I woke up and I first saw this. Then I saw JID tweeting about it, putting up merch links. I saw the cereal box, and then I was like, okay, this is legit. A Kellogg's Frosted Flake commercial with the one and only day one OG homie Tony the Tiger is crazy, but I love it for JID and JID's brand. What other rapper is doing this? And even if Jid did have to keep it a little bit clean and play by brand rules, for a song about cereal, it's pretty damn dope. And I can't even lie, I might have to spend entirely too much money for a shirt and a box of cereal. Now for my favorite record of the week, I'm talking about Hemlocke Springs, Be the Girl. Yes, Be the Girl. My favorite song this week on Smokers of the Week is Be the Girl. To be honest, I'm not even the biggest pop music fan, but Hemlocke Springs put some crack in this song, because ever since I heard the first 30 seconds or so over on Twitter, this has been on repeat nonstop. The building synths, the infectious drums, the earworm melodies, everything works. This is just one of those songs that gets into your head and refuses to leave. And then the music video just adds another layer of creativity to this song and Hemlocke's artistry. I'm becoming a huge Hemlocke Springs fan, and I did see she just dropped an album called Apple Tree Underneath the Sea, and I've been meaning to get around to checking out that album, but I'll be completely honest, I can't get past this song. Lots of music to get to for next week. By the time you're watching this, Baby Keem already dropped his Casino album and it's sounding amazing. I have done a few reaction videos that should be up on the channel already. Go check those out. I believe I'm Not a Lyricist, and I checked out the Good Flirts joint. Love those tracks. Reason just dropped a single. Bruiser Wolf keeps feeding us. He's just dropped another joint with Baby Tron, and he's got a project with Sheefy McFly coming out in the next couple weeks. So shout out to Sheefy, shout out to the D. Then we got Larry June, Currency, and The Alchemist dropping a whole project. And at this point, we got to do two things. We got to give Alchemist his flowers, and we got to give that man a vacation, because that man does not know how to stop. And I'll be honest, I am not the biggest Larry June fan. He's just one of those rappers that I've given a few chances. For whatever reason, I just don't connect with. I've never been able to quite pinpoint it. I know people love him, but I've honestly kind of just found him a little bit boring. And I know people say that about me, you know what I mean? I'm very self-aware in that aspect, but I am willing to give this project a chance. Let me know some standout tracks that you're messing with. And that's it for this week. I appreciate you pulling up and kicking it with me today. I'll see you on the next episode of Smokers of the Week. And remember, if it's not too dope, then it's probably mids.